Hello everyone, welcome to Dhaapps. This is the Dhaapps Java course. So today we'll be learning about conditional statements and what are the conditional statements in Java. So without wasting much time, let us plunge directly into the topic. So first, I would like to speak about what are conditional statements. So often it happens in that a particular part of the program or a particular part of the code will be executed based on a particular condition or the truth of a particular condition. So for situations, so to tackle the situations like this, we need to have some statements which are known as conditional statements. So there are basically two types of conditional statements. The first one being the switch case, and the next one being the if ladder. The if ladder, the switch case itself is a separate conditional statement, whereas the if ladder is the again is divided into else if, and else. So now we'll be looking at some code examples for the same. Now going for the blue jay. Now I'll be writing my code here and I'll be running it. So here I have a condition. I have a class called condition. So I'll be writing it here. Public class condition. Public static void main string edge. Now I'll be analyzing whether a number, this particular number, okay. So now I'll be doing the switch case program. So switch and then the variable name actually. So switch A, made a mistake. So switch A is one the sorry, system.out.println system.out.println one break 2 3 4 sorry for the 5 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Default. 7, 8, 9. Then default none of the above. So now I'll run this, I'll compile this. So class combined, no syntax errors. Word string ArgS. So 9 because I had entered 9 over there. So how does this work actually is that it first takes in the variable whose state must be checked. Then it goes on for checking the case labels, and for the matching case label it prints the or it does the body that has been assigned. Now let's for a minute let us take off this break statements. We'll be learning more about what are break statements later in the course when we will be learning about control statements. So now let's compile this and let's run this. Let's edit this actually. Let's make this small change. Instead of 9, it is 1 now. And now if I run this word string edges, so I get all the answers. Why? Because actually break acts like a stopper to prevent the falling of the condition from this point to the bottom points actually. So this was for the switch case. Now going for the if else if ladder. If a greater than 0, system.out.println positive, else if a less than 10, a less than 0, negative a equal to 0 actually. So that will be system dot out dot println 0, else system dot out dot println negative. So now if I run this, I get positive. So what happens over here is that suppose what happens in this if else ladder is that it goes on for checking the various conditions. So the first condition that is checked over here is the if statement. So if this condition becomes true, then this particular body is executed. Then if this condition evaluates to false, it goes again for verifying whether this evaluates to true or not. So if this evaluates to true, again this body is executed. So like this we can have multiple else if statements for multiple conditions. Okay, and at the end we can have an else statement which will be executed if none of the conditions evaluate to true. So this was basically the structure of this if else if ladder. Now there are also various variations of the if-else if ladder, like the if-else if nested if statement, and various other things like that. So there now this nested if, for instance, is basically it is basically discouraged because it increases the complexity of the code and reduces the readability of the code. So it is basically not encouraged much. So that was all for today. So thank you and have a nice day.